Hello, J.A. Stein, episode 6 of Horses in Fiction, and I have a treat for you today. We're going back to my childhood. So instead of doing we've kind of been on a historical fiction kick, which y'all know is kind of my jam, and that's what I do. But there was one little gem that I had put on my pile when I considered doing this series that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to actually do this one because it is one of those books that has probably formed my whole life. Here you go. The Saddle Club. And specifically this book, which is called Rocking Horse. It is number 77 in this little series. And yes, this is a series for kids. It was out when I was a kid, so it's been out a long time. I had a subscription service to it when I was like 12. And most of what I first learned about horses, because it took me a long time to convince my parents to let me ride. I wasn't until I was like 14, 15, even though I begged for years and years before that. But before I actually got to do the whole riding thing, I got to read The Saddle Club. And that's where I learned a lot of my horse things from. So thank you to Bryant for kind of setting me on this crazy course of life. Books and horses, I guess we can blame Bryant. But anyway, this book I still remembered. And when we were cleaning out my mom's attic, my sister and I found this box. And she, of course, snatched up the one about endurance riding, where the three girls in this series go on this cross-country, basically endurance ride, because that's basically what formed her horse career. She actually went up to compete FEI with endurance. Meanwhile, this one with the dancing horse, of course, I turned into the dressage rider. The ironic part is, even though the horse dances in this, and it's basically like a dressage freestyle, impromptu, which you'll see the scene is kind of crazy in reality, but anyway, it's kind of ironic that I haven't actually done a musical freestyle yet, even though I've competed through the highest levels. So still on my bucket list, which is why we are walking, Val, right? We are going to rehab. Because we have more work to do. But anyway, it's a beautiful morning, by the way. This is like sunrise. But I'm looking at the camera and it's kind of cool. Frosty, my typical morning that I love, and most of the ice has melted. Still kind of dodging puddles, so if you see me looking down and kind of swerving all of a sudden, that's what's going on. I'm dodging frozen ice puddles here in the outdoor. But anyway, I'm going to read you this scene that basically has formed my career. And we're going to talk about how you'll see. I'll just go into it. I have to stop talking before I actually read. But it's towards the end of the book, and you have to understand, in this book, it's mainly the three girls, Carol, Lisa, and Stevie, who are all riding at the same barn, Pine Hollow Stables, and basically they just stole their friend's horse. I don't know if she's really a friend. She's kind of like their nemesis, fellow girl at the barn that they don't like, but they really like her horse. And, you'll have to read the book to find out how they get in this situation, but they end up taking the horse to the dance with them, okay? So, and I don't remember who Bart is, but the scene opens with Bart. So, Rocking Horse. All right, Bart grinned, and Lisa felt her heart beat faster. Sure, he said. Then, to her surprise, he took the reins from her and climbed onto Danny. Danny's the horse. Lisa couldn't believe her eyes. Bart turned Danny and rode him back to the center of the dance area. Another fast song started playing. Stevie walked up to Lisa while she was still staring in amazement. It was supposed to be my turn. Trust me, Lisa said, that didn't work out the way I planned it at all. But in the center of the floor, Bart halted Danny and looked straight at her. He tipped an imaginary riding hat to her, and then he winked. Oh, ice. Go down the ice. Oh, bad girls. Okay, we're good. And then he winked. Lisa had to laugh. I wouldn't feel bad if I were you, Stevie declared, watching the exchange. I don't, Lisa assured her. Carol was talking to AJ's girlfriend, Sarah, explaining just who the horse was and why they had brought him. We better go out there and dance, she added. I want us to be closest to Danny so that he won't get jostled by accident. But it turned out the students were giving Danny a wide berth because everybody wanted to watch the horse dance. Bart was a fantastic rider, and in a matter of minutes, he had Danny doing something that looked like an electric slide. Walking forward, walking back, rocking forward, rocking back, doing a set of sideways crossovers, and then spinning jauntily on his forehand for the quarter turn hop. As soon as some of the students realized what he was doing, they joined it, forming a line with Danny in the center. Danny bobbed his head. He looked completely attentive, but completely relaxed. Danny always had done whatever he was asked to do, but now, for the first time, Carol realized he looked as if he was having fun. So, that is chapter 12, by the way. Oh my gosh, it's just, I can just picture this horse and this crowd of kids doing the electric slide. Is this realistic? No, it's not really safe, and the author kind of addresses that by saying how the girls are going to go stand next to the horse and basically keep the other students away from him and everything, which, I mean, at least you put that in there, but realistically, it's probably not a good idea to take your horse into a crowd of non-horse people and just let it do its thing, even if it is a good horse, because just horses are big and people are stupid, and you know, it's just the way it goes. But it makes for great writing. It makes for a great scene. I think it's so cute how this horse can like dance and bob to the music, and that is like really a true thing. Like the little bit that I have played with freestyles or ridden to music, like this horse especially, her little ears just perk right up and she just gets herself all puffed up, and I shouldn't shake the camera like that, sorry, but she has so much fun. It really is fun to ride to music, and especially like the more you know how to make your horse do, like if you know how to do the side steps and the back and forward and the turns, it like you can really do a lot of things. And I mean that is the definition of a musical freestyle and dressage. And I mean you see it in the reining world too when they do their freestyles. They set their routines to music, and it's like those horses kind of get all into it and get pumped up on the reiners are a little different. They get shouting and screaming and stuff, and they have their own kind of fun. So you see behind me? But I don't know, it's one of those scenes that just stuck with me, and when I dug it back up, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so not realistic. But at the same time, it's like I still love it so much. It makes great fiction. And like I said, Bonnie Bryant, I don't know if you're still out there, if you ever happened to see this movie, but man, did you send me down a rabbit hole with my life from this Saddle Club series. So had to give this book a little attention. But the other thing in here, I don't know if you caught it, but he tips an imaginary riding hat. Oh, naughty boy, not wearing your helmet. You should wear your helmet. But again, I think they showed up with no saddle, no bridle, no nothing with this horse to this dance full of 12-year-old students. So I guess we'll let it slide that he's not wearing his riding helmet. I'm sure he doesn't have boots on either. Got his dancing shoes on. But anyway, that's a fun one for today. I'll go back to reading historical fiction, maybe some romance historical fiction. What would that be? Historical romance. Yeah, I can get my words in the right order today. But I hope you enjoyed this. Got a couple more left for my little series here, and then we'll see what happens with all these. Just so you know, it's taking me like literal days to get these videos uploaded. My internet speed is so slow. So that doesn't take long to film or get it edited up together. But getting it uploaded, oh boy. Gotta love living in the countryside. So, all right. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. And go read a good book. Okay, bye.